chains with 2 chakrams. The epicenter is going to come in onto the Dragon Knight with the blink and the burrow strike. Enigma coming in, not going to use the black hole just yet, but he might go for it. Now we got the roar coming in from Beastmaster. He's going to connect on there with the root coming in from the burn. It's going to keep the Timbersaw in place for one moment, but his HP is not going to drop. He's going to get a 3-man black hole onto the tier 2 tower, and the Dragon Knight's going to pause the game. Guys, welcome back to the Immortal casting on the Zowie Dota 2 channel. I apologize that I haven't been uploading as much lately. I've had just a couple of things get in the way. But we're back today with a Immortal casting video. We're going to hop in just a moment. But if you're watching this video today, in the upload date, I'm live on Twitch. So no green screen. I've got a different setup here. I have my PC, but I don't have all my stuff for recording. So you just kind of have to kind of go. We're going with the flow today. I've got a new detective video coming out very shortly, as well as just a Herald video coming out, as well as I was working on a support video. Alrighty, we're just jumping in here. We finally got the drafts for this game. I think the highest rank in this game is rank 50 Immortal. So rank 30 Immortal is the highest rank on Radiant, and rank 61 is the highest on Dire. So we've got a support Natures, offlane Sand King. I think this is going to be a mid Timbersaw with a hard carry Shadow Fiend supported by Omni Knight. And on the Dire side, we have a support Enigma. Looks like it's going to be a carry Dragon Knight and another support Tinker. Pangolier mid and the off-lane Beastmaster. Even after the Tinker nerfs, I'm still picking Tinker, and it looks like the pros are still picking Tinker, or like the higher level play are still playing Tinker. I'm not sure if there are any professional players in this lobby, but some high level play we'll be seeing for sure. Dire getting the early ward here on this Spire has been very popular. I've been using it as well in my games. Looks like we're going to be seeing a rotation here from the Dire heroes moving up towards the Nature's Prophet. I don't think they know that the Sand King is there as well, but I don't think any kills are going to be happening anywhere here. Unless we get the wraparound. We've got the slow from Enigma Facet as well as the Blood Grenade. The double slow stacks into the Dragon Tail, and they kill him. Actually, I was wrong. They get the first blood on Nature's Prophet. Does have a pretty slow movement speed at the start of the game, 295. That with 2 slows. It's going to give Enigma an early lead, especially with all these Eidolon summons. He's going to be able to harass a lot very early. It's probably one of my favorite ways to play Enigma is Enigma in the support. I sometimes play him mid, but playing Enigma support's a lot of fun, just being able to harass with Eidolons all day. Really good for denying too, as you'll see here. In that first wave, Timbersaw securing all 4 last hits. Bottom. It's going to be a tough lane for this Tinker, or for this Shadow Fiend, I think. Beastmaster and Tinker are going to be very hard to kill. Shadow Fiend securing himself a good amount of last hits. As much as the Timber. And Timber's kind of been owning in the mid lane. About to get himself quite a few here. He's got his bottle already. Same with the Pangolier. Both heroes picking up the bottle. I'm curious as to see what the spell build for Pangolier is. I have not seen a Pangolier pretty much since TI, I feel like. And maybe one Quinn replay that I watched, but other than that, I've not been seeing any Pangoliers in my bracket low divine. At least not any successful one. We have not seen a single pull happen in the top lane. Both camps have just been blocked throughout the entire match. This one's blocked, but they're not pulling it, so it doesn't seem like it really matters much. See, even with Enigma blocking, they have 2 different summons heroes that are blocking, even though both camps have been dewarded. Take a look at mid again. Looks like Timbersaw is leading the net worth of the lobby. Leading the last hits, at least. Sand King finally starting to get a couple levels in. He's got 111. We're going to get 2 levels in Sandstorm, which is an interesting build. I figured he might go Stinger to try to kill these Eidolons better. But they're going to... Looks like they're going to catch themselves a kill. Blood Grenade coming through. We had the Sprout followed up by the Burrow Strike, and it's going to be enough to take them out. Fire Breath is going to take out the Nature's Prophet. What is it? Dragon Breath? Breathe Fire? Fire Breath. A couple of heroes killed. It looks like the Timbersaw is going to be killing the Pangolier in the meantime. Enigma rotating the mid lane, placing down. It looks like Radiant has scouted the stacks. The Tinker's coming up 2 stack at this very moment. They might have picked the wrong time to take the stacks. Well, it doesn't seem like a mad moment at all, considering Tinker got the entire stack. Looks like we're still seeing some fighting going on near the stacks. Timbersaw pushing in on the Pangolier, who's going to use Rolling Boulder. Timbersaw's got all of his abilities online except for his facet, the Twisted Chakram. Shadow Fiend's going to find himself a Tinker. 3 Shadow Races on the Tinker. If he doesn't have the slow, Chakram's going to connect and is going to secure the kill. Enigma not level 6 yet, no Black Hole online, but he is going to try to heal himself up while the Omni Knight's going to push him under the tower. It's going to tank all the hits so his teammates can get the spells. We got the Shadow Races with the Chakram's going to connect the kill. We got the Roar coming in from the Beastmaster who just hit level 6. But they're going to trade Shadow Fiend for the Pangolier. It's 3 for 1 so far. The DK is going to show up for the fight. He does not have his armlet yet. It's in the Courier. Meanwhile, down here, we have the Sand King pushing up on the Beastmaster. He's going to get him super low. The slow's not going to be enough. You get the Stinger on here, but he's just getting lower. Got the Tree Grab. Timber Chain. Going to try to get himself closer. Not enough mana for a Chakram. He's going to send it out. The Burrow Strike and the Chakram connecting at the exact same time is going to reward the kill to the Timbersaw. DK making his way around. I'm not sure if he's aware that the Omni Knight's here, but he just started hitting the ward now. But the Timbersaw is also there. Timbersaw is scouted on the ward, so DK is going to think twice before going in. He is going to dive this tower, though. Dragon Tail's going to connect. Not even going to need the Breathe Fire. 2 hits is just going to take him out. Meanwhile, at the same time, Enigma hoping to hopefully get level 6 here and push this tower with Eidolons. Meanwhile, a lot of heroes grouping up here. They did secure the stack for the Radiant. So the entire purpose of getting the Beastmaster's Ags as early as possible has actually been given to the Timbersaw, who now leads the net worth gain, and he grabbed himself a Rod of Atos as his first core item here. Stacks being made in the safer Ancient Camp. Not sure what you would call this. Bottom Ancient, as opposed to Triangle Ancient. Timbersaw winning the lane, getting himself 5 kills, no deaths. 2 stacks from the Dire, from the enemy team. As well as he's going to find himself a Dragon Knight here. He's going to get rotted into a Timber Chain with Whirling Death. He's just going to get nuked. But the last hit's going to be rewarded to the Omni Knight for the Purification. Let's take a look here. Radiant does not see that the Enigma's here. Enigma getting himself Tranquil Boots. Tinker trying to push up the lane, but he's going to get spotted by the Timbersaw. He's going to break down all the trees. Just going to feed yet another kill to the Timbersaw, who is now 6-0-1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Timbersaw out of control. This is what it can look like in your lobbies if you prioritize winning your lane. He's just going to find himself an Enigma hanging out here. Chakram, the Whirling Chakram, the Whirling Death, the Timber Chains with the Rod of Atos. It's all going to connect. The stun's not going to last very long, considering it is only level 2. Timbersaw is just going to get himself a wicked sick kill streak, and is going to bring his net worth up to 1,000 in the lead here, making the net worth lead for the team 3K. Tinker grabbing himself 2 No Tailsmen, has none of his healing items just yet. Shadow Fiend got himself the Mask of Madness, is going to be going for the Dragon Lance next. Looks like we are seeing the right clicker. Makes sense for the right click carry in the safe lane. Instead of stacking here, we have the Tinker who's just going to be TPing out. I believe his team is pinging him. Pangolier is going to get rooted by the Rod of Atos. He's going to start Rolling Thunder here. He's not going to do a whole lot of damage. His name's locked in, but he's just locked in. Timbersaw leading the levels by 2 at this point. Oh, brother. The Timber Chain does not connect, though, so he survives barely, but the Twisted Chakram is going to take him out while he's sprouted. They are pinging out the Dragon Knight, who is a bit tankier. Might be harder to kill him. Tinker is getting level 6 here, so he's just going to try to keep the waves pushed up a little bit away from his towers. The longer you can stall, sure, it looks like he's just taking the farm from his cores, but if he can stall the Radiant from taking objectives early, the longer that it takes them to take objectives, the more time that his carries have to farm. Timbersaw finding himself the Tinker, Rod of Atos, Chakram, Timber Chain, Whirling Death, and the Purification to secure the kill. Let's take a look at charts. Graphs. We're seeing a 71% likelihood, according to Dota Plus, of the Radiant team winning this game. They have 6 levels advantage and 21% more gold. The ping's coming out from the Dire, or from the Radiant, going top. Sand King channeling the He's got Epicenter up. He does have the Blink Dagger. Rod of Atos going to connect on the Tinker, the Whirling Death, and the Timber Chains with 2 chakrams. The Epicenter is going to come in onto the Dragon Knight with the Blink and the Burrow Strike. Nigma coming in, not going to use the Black Hole just yet, but he might go for it. Now we got the Roar coming in from Beastmaster. He's going to connect on there with the Root coming in from the Burn. It's going to keep the Timber Saw in place for one moment. His HP is not going to drop. He's going to get a 3-man Black Hole onto the Tier 2 tower, and the Dragon Knight's going to pause the game. Omni Knight getting very low on HP, but both heroes going to die to the Whirling Death. So not a single Radiant hero is going to die for that Black Hole under the Tier 2 tower. I believe the pause coming in from the Dragon Knight to point out the fact that his Enigma did wait until every hero was dead and... Oh, bro. That... He did not get the kill he was hoping for. Pangolier, if he had gotten that kill, he could have definitely gotten an advantage here. Kuba, here to say hi. I think you heard me yelling, and he got excited. Okay, let's catch back up in the game. Had a little moment there. We're seeing the Solar Crest pickup from the Omni Knight. It's going to be very good for the Radiant side. Shadow Fiend's just been free to farm. Timbersaw has been fed. They're not pushing up with the Timber here, though, so they might be able to catch themselves a kill. Beastmaster does not have a blink to initiate with, though. I don't think they have any blinks yet on the wow, I cannot speak. Pangolier does have a blink dagger, but he's not hanging out with this team here. This is what I was referring to earlier when I said that the Dire team could delay the game by keeping the waves pushed up here, because if Tinker can just successfully keep killing the wave here, it's going to take them longer to kill the tower. However, Shadow Fiend is just going to tank it. Backdoor protection C, because all the creeps are dead. He is kind of pre-jizzing the March of the Machines now, because as he's going back for mana, now the creeps come in. At the same time, the hard carry for the Dire team just died to Sand King and Timbersaw while I was hyper locked in on this mid tower, because now that the mid tower is gone, not only can they take the outpost, but they might start to threaten the high ground here, considering the net worth lead from the Radiant is all 3 core heroes above all 3 Dire heroes. We're seeing here we got the Roar on the Sand King trying to save his trying to save the Tinker, but the Beastmaster is going to go down to very low levels, but he's going to kill the Timbersaw here with help of Pangolier. The Pangolier Rolling Thunder and the Whirling Axes, as well as the damage from the tower, is going to take out the Timbersaw. He's going to be worth 1,500 gold, which is a very big swing of gold, but they're still 11k net worth in the lead on the Radiant. They're actually just going to be taking the high ground here. They have the help of the Greater Treant, as well as the attack speed from Shadow Fiend with the Solar Crest. We do have another Rod of Atos on the Nature's Prophet, so they might just catch this guy. They might catch somebody out here. Pangolier, unbeknownst to him, he's actually hanging out on Radiant Vision.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
He has no idea that they're actually right here. The Epicenter is going to be channeled here. He's going to blink, Burrow Strike with the Sandstorm. The Stinger, as well as the Rod of Atos from the Nature's Prophet. The Sprout's going to secure the kill. He did get himself a Pipe of Insight on the Sand King as well, so the chances of his team dying are even lower now that they can't use a burst of magic damage. I think the only chance that the Dire has here is Enigma picking up a blink and getting a fat 5-man Black Hole, but instead he's building drums and improvise. I would like to see a blink, I think, and just less jungling. Just get the blink dagger and play with your team. His jungling shenanigans doesn't contribute to the team. Tinker doing his best to save Grace. Trying to keep the tower. Enigma actually just typing end. He's just dying. We're seeing some tilting going on. The graphs are looking pretty set in stone. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the casting portion of this video. So what we saw here was definitely some tilting. It's 26-5. Was the game set in stone to be in the Radiant's favor from minute 10? I don't think so. I do think that tilting had a part to play in this game. As you can see here, the Enigma with 3k net worth typing GG in all chat does not help the team at all. But on the Radiant, you can see all 5 heroes securing themselves quite a bit of gold. The cores getting the stacks from the Dire side significantly helped their gold gain for the match. And overall, I think that what we saw here was a great display of mid and a great display of scouting. So I wanted to point out the MVP of the match here. Not only was the Timbersaw, but I think this 2-stack, as a matter of fact, won the game for the Radiant, because not only did the Timbersaw destroy his lane, start to get an early lead with some kills, but the Omni Knight, using his body as vision, just scouting for stacks. He knew that he's up against a Tinker and a Beastmaster and a Dragon Knight with Cleave. All three are very good at taking stacks. You could even argue that Pangolier, even without Maelstrom, could take stacks or at least help with stacks. So they have a bunch of stack takers and they have a bunch of stackers. So Migusto was making stack after stack after stack, and Omni Knight was able to find those. Timbersaw came in and took the hard camp in the triangle, and then later the team, they had Sand King, Timbersaw, and Shadow Fiend all took the ancient stack, delaying the Beastmaster Ags. And if you delay the Beastmaster Ags, he can't really ramp up in farm nearly as fast as he wants to. So it's gonna delay his blink. It's gonna delay his damage output, because he needs items in order to really compete in the game, and without items it's going to be hard for him to get items. So if he's stuck with so if you think about it, he has 3,000 gold in his inventory in Aghanim's items, but he never finishes that ultimate orb or the point booster, then he's not going to be able to contribute to the game, because he has 10 strength, 10 agility, 10 intellect, but he doesn't have Ags, so he's just much weaker. And the Timbersaw able to get, let's take a look at his items here. He got the early Rod of Athos, which helped him secure kills. And with that stack, take a look at his net worth. He gets the stack here and immediately shoots up to like near 9k. And then he's already at that point getting himself his 11th kill. The game was pretty much set in stone there, I think. I think that there was a chance to come back. However, instead of attempting to come back, the Enigma tilted out of the game and instead just went to the jungle and didn't contribute to the game for the rest of the match. I think that if he had saved his inventory, did his jungling, he was jungling a lot, but maybe managed to get an assist here. It was hard to get a kill at all for the Dire. They got very few kills, but there were a few kills that they did manage to get, like under a tier 3 tower, and they killed the Timbersaw, which rewarded 1,500 gold, 1,100 gold rewarded to the killer, and then the 500 split amongst assists. And if he had managed to get an assist there, it could have boosted his net worth up and gotten himself a blink dagger pretty early. But instead, he tilted out and was in the jungle, and I believe that if he had gotten a blink dagger, that there was a chance they could have hit a crazy black hole with the splash damage from Dragon Knight, with the cleave damage from Pangolier and the ult and the Rolling Thunder, and then ultimately a roar. Like, if they had just prioritize teamwork, I know it's hard, it's a hard ask, especially in pub games. Even in the Immortal bracket, people tilt, but they had that chance and he squandered it by tilting. So a quick PSA for you guys: never give up. Always, if you're not in the right mindset for a ranked match, maybe try some unranked and just have some fun, because if you're just going to tilt out at the minute 15, yeah, it's hard, they have 20 kills, but never tilt out of the game, because I definitely have seen games like this turn around, especially on the high ground, with a big black hole comboed by splash damage. Like, it was totally possible. They had so much AoE damage, they had a lot of lockdown, and ultimately, if they were able to get a black hole on the Omni Knight and the Sand King, as well as maybe the Shadow Fiend, they could have easily secured themselves a 3k on the high ground. Probably trade 2 kills for it, though, but like the net worth boost that they would have gotten from killing heroes that were 3 or 4 levels higher than them, that were 5k net worth above them, the backup gold, or the catch of gold would have been great, and I definitely think they could have secured the win if they had given it a shot. And it would have been a very slim shot, sure, but if you're going to waste your time and waste your rank, you're going to, you win or lose. If you try or not try, you're going to lose anyways, right? If that's the mentality you're going to have, so why not try? You know what I mean? Why not give it a shot? I've won games on megas. I've won games where the enemy team got megas at 25 minutes and I won. You delay the game, farm creeps, get your heroes up, they overcommit, punish their overcommitment, and end the game. So if I can do it, you guys can too. And I'm just a trash Divine 1 player. So PSA for you guys: stay at it. If you guys are interested in more content, I'm gonna be live on Twitch. Take a look at the description and stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel, because I have a lot of more uploads that I have planned. I have written scripts for that you guys are. I hope you guys enjoy. and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Thanks again for watching. Sorry it's been a minute. I've just been going through some stuff, and if you guys want to talk about it some more, feel free to ask me about my life in the Twitch chat. We can hang out there. Peace out, guys.